Manchester City have been targeting a move for Marc Guehi and could accelerate those plans after both Josko Gvardiol and Ruben Dias suffered injuries. But now it's being reported that Arsenal are ready to enter the race for the Crystal Palace captain.
Arsenal were interested in Marc Guehi last summer, but they went in a different direction. Obviously, Mosquera and Hikape, younger players, I guess, and sort of, slightly cheaper in a different budget. But Arsenal were definitely interested in the player. Whether they can do it in this window remains to be seen. Whether they'll bid in this window, which I suspect they probably won't. But if Man City fail to do it in this window, and my word, they're pushing for it hard, aren't they? There will be so many big clubs in for it. Arsenal being one of them, Bayern Munich another. Liverpool, I think, will be very interested again. So it's no surprise to me at all why he is the most sought after, most talked about transfer target of this January window.
Marc Guehi, future still very much unclear as things stand. We've talked about him right from well before the transfer window even opened. And that is a face which says, I hold all the cards, and he absolutely does. Yeah. But look, we could have chosen a nicer picture of Marc there if you're watching this morning.
Marc Guehi, you're getting a great person as well as a great player. I watched the scenes post-match against Macclesfield Town, and he was talking to the fans. A lot of fans were angry. He does hold the cards, and again, I go back to it. I don't know what Palace get out of selling him really for around 25 million now, because they were fifth a few weeks ago. They're now, I think, around 12th. That's more than £25 million. I think if the merit money they received, they obviously want to go far and they want to win the Conference League. Then that'll be hard without Marc Guehi.
But they will surely, Stephen, have the next one in mind, because they've known that this has been coming. And obviously, Maxence Lacroix is a hell of a player as well. He's one that in the summer potentially will be linked with big moves away. They've got Richards who can play there. They've got options. They've got to move away from Guehi. They know his future is not there. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, it is a matter of time. But I think if you're one of the top teams, if you're Liverpool or City, the 25 million, I don't think you approach them with that. I think you go more. I think you just go, you give what they need to get it done to make Palace feel like they're not been taken advantage of to some extent because he's such a talent and that they're getting a reward for it. But to get him out the door now, it's going to have to be more than that value, I think. I don't think they'd sell him for that. I think they'd only sell him for more. Even though his contract's up in the summer, I don't think they'd let him go for 25 million.
But here's the scenario. Aggressive Manchester City come in and say, OK, look, even if it takes 20, 30, and then the player says, well, hold on, I could get half of that in my back pocket as a signing on fee. And they say, well, we'll build that one in as well. That's still probably a bargain for Manchester City, bearing in mind, if he had a 5-year deal still to run, he's worth 80, 90 million?
Yeah, 100%. You look at Van Dijk went for 75. That was how many years ago? Marc Guehi is English international. Revered throughout the league. All the top teams want him, and all the top teams feel like he's the player that can actually set them apart and push them for the title. So, it's a huge deal to try and get him through the door. So I think massively they have to go in for it.
Yeah. Good work, Stephen. Thank you very much. See you again soon. Mike.